Welcome back to the Jason Reuter Coaches Show here on the Bear Network. I'm your host, Gary Olmets. Each week we talk about Bradley Central Bearette girls basketball, and we've got a lot to talk about today. And Coach Reuter's here with a couple of special guests. And Coach, I always let the coach do the honors of introducing the young ladies you brought today.
Certainly, Gary. We got two seniors here to my left. We got Love Howard to my immediate left, and then we got Aaliyah Osborne down on the end. Two fine young ladies. I'm proud to have them in the program. I'm going to miss them when they're gone, but they're not gone yet. We got a few more rounds together, and Love is coming off a knee injury. She got hurt in Miami, but battled through that tournament, and we got back to Cleveland, and that knee is kind of stiffened up, so she didn't play the last 3 games. She's been out. Hazel Green down in Cartersville, and then McMahon and Howard. So anyhow, we got some pretty good news. I don't care. I don't want to steal your thunder, but can I tell them what your injury is? She got a little meniscus tear, but that sounds bad.
If you got to have a knee injury, though, that's better than ACL.
I had a girl several years ago that had a surgery and played in 2 weeks. So we don't know that we're going to have surgery yet. It's just maybe she's just swollen up and you can't bend the knee. So we're hoping, praying for the best, and I got faith in her. She's a pretty tough girl.
How did that injury happen? Were you goofing off, or was it practice, or are you in a game, or horse playing in the motel room, or, come on, tell us the truth now.
Actually, it was like the second game. We're in Miami, and I tried to go for a block, and me and the other girl collided, and I fell. So that's the only thing.
Well, that non-contact sport sometimes is a contact sport, as we well know that.
Physical, yeah.
Aaliyah, tell us about Miami. Did you girls have a good time there, and what all did you do besides play ball? You were there like 5 days or so, weren't you?
Yeah, so it was really fun. We got to go to a basketball game. We went shopping a lot. That was fun. We stressed Adam out, so it was really fun, though.
Sounds like you had a good time.
The viewers out there, he's technically assistant coach or statistician, but we had four rental vans down there, so I left Adam in charge of one. And
that's not smart.
I think I left him in charge of the van, but I think the girls in his van were in charge of him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, where you at? I'm at the strip mall. Where you at? I'm at South Beach. Where you at? Like, get them back to the hotel, Adam. So, yeah, we were in good places and had a lot of fun. But, it's not every day you get to walk down South Beach at noon on a Sunday and go in to eat at some authentic Cuban food.
All right.
Anyhow, it was a good trip.
Do you girls realize how blessed you are to be in this program, because every year there's a nice trip somewhere, and you're going back to Orlando next week?
Yes.
I mean, hey, say hi to my cousin Goofy down there. If you see him on the street somewhere. But I'm serious though. But you guys, big time program, and you get a chance to go places like that, and obviously, Coach Reuter's proud to take you there, and don't have to worry about anything going wrong or off the rocker there, but that's just part of the Bearette program there. And I know another thing that he doesn't really emphasize this, but it's grades. You expected to have good grades if you're a Bearette, and every year annual banquet he'll talk about the GPA for the whole team, and it's remarkable what that is there. And
we're 3-9.
You're a blessed man, dude.
I am, yeah.
Girls like this.
There's no saying the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and most of these kids have good families and good homes, and everybody's got their own little dynamics, but I've got high-achieving girls. There's a reason they're here. They want to be here, and I found if a girl lets you down off the court in the classroom, Gary, she'll let you down on the court.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about not understanding. Lord knows that I had to have a lot of extra help in school, but when you see a girl that won't put in the work,
right, then
she's going to let you down on the floor, and that's just part of the standards. The standards they're not going to change.
Out of the entourage that went to Miami, you guys flew down there. Was any of the young ladies Bearets that had not flown before?
I didn't fly. I haven't flown before.
Is that right? Well, somebody said there's a little bit of turbulence, and some of you guys are sort of panicking due to that. I've flown 100 times probably, but there's some flights that are
coming back.
Coming back, it was
flying back
crazy.
from Miami to Atlanta on the descent. I'm like you. I don't know if I've flown 100 times. I've flown 30 times in my life, and I don't really, people get, you ever been with a person who gets motion sickness?
Oh, yeah.
I've never really felt that. Yeah. I'm not saying I haven't rode the tilt-a-whirl after eating a cotton candy and But it was I got a little queasy because we went up and down, but
Like a roller coaster.
yeah, but we landed safely. But then we had trouble on the bus getting home. So I think they'll be talking about the bus ride. Our bus broke down in Marietta.
Oh, no.
We had to sit there for 5.5 hours. You didn't know about this?
No.
Yeah. So we had parents driving down to pick up their kids. The bus got fixed. Of course, I'm like any good captain. I stayed with the ship until we got her back. We were scheduled to be back at Bradley Central at 4:30. We pulled in at 9:30.
Wow.
So, but nobody got hurt, and we were lucky we could get to safety, and just had a belt break on the bus. But
Well,
I had to cancel my New Year's Eve party. But other than that, we live to tell about it.
well, I hate that you miss your party. Maybe you can have it during Valentine's Day or something like that, or down in Orlando, whatever.
I was with people I like, so I was with my parents.
Well, that makes a big difference there. Coach, let's talk about, since we had our last show before the break, we beat Bartlett, and I'm talking about the competition levels. You talk about Bartlett, who was a runner-up to us 2 years running in the state, and they came here this year. You won the tournament in Miami over Springboro, Ohio. They were runner-up last season in Ohio in their classification, and the night before that, Magnificat, another team we beat, was in the Final Four. And they both lost to Olmsted Springs, who won the Ohio Championship. So high level competition. You played Hazel Green down there, 7-time defending state champions out of Alabama in 6A. And they have 7 classes, they're in 6A. Mercy ruled them down there. We've played Knox Catholic this year, 2-time defending state champions in a private school, the large division. Played them at their place. They're coming here later this year. And then, and that's the level of competition that you play in a program like the BATS program. And you think, well, okay, the tough time's behind us. And then all of a sudden you think, wait a minute, what are we doing next weekend? We're going down to Montverde, there just outside of Orlando, and play Montverde Academy, who's ranked #1 in the nation, on their home court. That's going to be a challenge. And then the next day, you've got the Central Point Christian Academy there. It's in Kissimmee, which is basically Orlando too. They're going to play them the next day. So it just doesn't get any easier.
No rest for the weary, is there?
And there shouldn't be. I mean,
No.
you guys have earned the right to play these kind of games, you know.
I know an analogy. I'm from Kentucky, as some people know, and horse racing is kind of big in Kentucky. And I heard, time I was knee high, I heard someone say, you don't take a donkey to the Kentucky Derby. So we have a team that needs to go run in the Derby. Mm-hmm. And you don't always have that. Mm-hmm. But I think Bradley's always played a tough schedule. We can't control all of our opponents because they're in our district, and you just can't travel. You can't go overnight trips all year long. You just can't do it.
Takes a lot of money.
Financials, and you got school. But yeah, I think going to Miami, and you named off those other, you know, we're playing defending state champs. Sometimes you play a defending state champ, they've lost everything. But Hazel Green, he thinks they think they've got a chance to win Alabama. He thinks they were a little better last year, but he still thinks they could win their class. Knox Catholic, I've been keeping up with them a little bit. They were obviously better last year, but they're still way above 500. And anyhow, getting on to Montverde, this came by accident. I'm going to repeat myself a lot. We were supposed to go to Washington, D.C. for a Martin Luther King Classic. That got nixed, not on our end. The people putting it on couldn't come through with what they promised. And so Montverde, along with us, and there were several top teams around the nation that were going to emerge on Washington, D.C., and that's a big weekend. It's inauguration weekend.
Yeah.
I think that had something to do with the hotels, and they couldn't deliver what they promised. And so Montverde, he's an old Tennessee boy. He was coached at Webb Bell Buckle.
So he coached Tatiana Stovall.
Freshman and sophomore year.
Yeah.
He actually was a grad assistant at Middle Tennessee State when my daughter Rebecca played at Middle Tennessee. That's when I first got to know him.
Oh, okay.
He worked under Rick Enzel, and so he said, what if I could get you some hotel rooms? Would you come down here? I said, I'll definitely consider it. I got to get approval and all that. But so he came up with some hotel rooms, and we got to figure out how we're going to get down there. You know, we're not going to fly. It was just too much money, but it's not that bad of a drive to Orlando. I know I've drove it in 8 hours. So we'll either take a bus or a charter bus our vans and go to Orlando. But we're actually going to spend 4 nights. We're going to drive down Thursday, long drive, maybe practice down there if we can. We're going to practice somewhere Thursday. Play at 4 o'clock against, have I given you the times yet?
Yeah.
We play Montverde at 4 o'clock on Friday, the
That's the
17th. And go to bed, eat, go to bed, get up, maybe have another hour practice, and play Central Point at 2 on Saturday, January the 18th. Then we're going to spend that night, and I'm going to take them to a park. I don't know which one yet. I got somebody working on helping me get a discount on tickets. I'm going to go to the park on Sunday, and then we're going to go to bed again and drive home on Monday. Be back in school on Tuesday.
Okay.
No game on Tuesday, and we play that Friday at East Ham. I believe East Ham.
The 24th, yeah, at East Ham. And speaking of that, our next game will be next Tuesday, the 17th, or whatever date next Tuesday is. No, it's not the 17th. Against at Walker Valley. That's our
That
next
is
game.
the 14th.
14th, okay. 14th on Tuesday at Walker Valley will be our next.
I don't think weather will be an issue on that night, but we've already talked to Walker Valley. Zach did. He talked to the boys coach and Coach Campbell, and we've agreed if we can't play on Tuesday, let's go ahead and play on Wednesday.
Okay.
Now,
That's good enough.
We know the weather out there. Everybody, I don't know, when's this going to be aired?
It will be on air today.
Today. So
Yeah, Wednesday.
well, everybody knows about the weather forecast, but as you know, Gary, you're older than everybody in this studio
Thank
put
you.
together. This may happen or may not,
Yeah.
the weather.
Right.
It looks pretty probable, but we've been here before and get nothing. So
Yep.
we're going to take this weekend off regardless. We don't play again until Tuesday, but it don't look like if it comes through, we won't be practicing Friday if it happens, and then you're into Saturday. My biggest fear is what I'm seeing. I don't know if you've looked ahead. It's not that we're getting a one day of bad weather, but then it's not really going to get maybe not warm enough to thaw it out.
Right, that's what I'm
And
saying.
that can linger in places like Cleveland, Tennessee. The whole southeastern United States, that can linger. That can turn into 3 to 4 days.
Yeah.
So let's hope for the best.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Ask you girls something. Down in Emerson, Georgia, Cartersville, basically, at the Lake Point facility there, we used a shot clock. What's your thoughts about the shot clock in a game? You've played that before in AAU, I know. Either one of you can go ahead.
You go.
Well, I say like in practice and stuff, before like we go up there, we know that we have a shot clock, so we prepare ourselves in practice, so we don't panic when we get up there. So we didn't really panic because the very first time we played with a shot clock, we had a lot of turnovers. So we just prepare ourselves for it this time.
You just got to get that out of your mind, I guess, hey, because you're going to get a shot off, before 35. It's 35 seconds, I guess, it's what was used down there. What do you think, Aaliyah?
I agree with her, and we play with such a fast offense, we score easily, so it was easy for us to just adjust to the shot clock.
Well, I don't think it went off a single time in your game. I was there watching the game with you, and I don't think it went off a single time.
Not for us. I think Hazel Green may have had one.
Yes, they
And they
did.
might even hit one right at the buzzer, or maybe they missed one where they had a violation, and then one where they hit a 3. I think what Love is alluding to, last year we went down and played River Ridge, second game of the year, and they had, and we worked on it a little bit, but I didn't take it serious enough, and we went down there and we had 3 shot clock violations. Now, there's worse things than a shot clock violation. Matter of fact, a cross-court pass turnover is worse than because you're going down for a layup.
Yeah.
Shot clock violation, okay, your ball. We'll get back and play defense. But this time, I think Love is right. We worked on it quite a bit. Here's what you're saying you don't think about it. You don't really think about it, but when you don't play with it all the time, you could be down there at 7 seconds, 6, and you're like, no big rush. But when you're getting ready to play for that, you got to have a couple quick hitters that you can get a play off, a shot at 3 seconds, 4 seconds. So we have a couple of those, and we just made sure we were ready, and girls executed their plan perfectly.
I'll ask you, do you like the shot clock?
I'm indifferent. I get asked that about once every couple of weeks. I think it's coming. It's like a lot of
I do
things.
too.
Whether you like it or not, it's going to be here. The United States is pretty much split down the middle. Georgia has it. Alabama is experimenting with it. We were in Miami. That's one of my concerns when I went down there. I called the director of the tournament at the Junior Orange Bowl, and he said, no, Florida left it up to each association to do what they want. So the Dade County is Miami, right?
Yeah.
Dade County said, we are not going to use it. And you might go the next county over and they got it. Kentucky doesn't have it. Indiana is experimenting with it this year. So half the nation has it, half doesn't. I don't really care. It is a more of expense. It is another problem. We don't have instant replay like you see on TV. There's a shot clock problem in Tennessee Vols basketball game. They're going to go to the monitor and get it right. We can't do that.
Yeah.
So I really don't care. I've been coaching this long without it. I'll go either way. So
I've been working a lot of college games here locally, and they have the shot clock. And you got to have somebody who knows how to reset that and do that.
Yeah.
It's not just can't pull somebody out of the stands, you know. It's got to be somebody that really is on top of it. And the thing I've noticed, that the college officials, they're on top of it too, man. If you're a second off, man, they're stopping the game and telling you correct the shot clock. And it may make a difference in how the outcome of the game ends, you know.
we would evolve when it comes in. We'll evolve, but you can imagine there's more expense to put that up.
Yeah.
You're talking about. I've read $6,000 to $7,000. You got to have a different horn. Did you know this? The shot clock horn is a different horn than the time horn.
Yeah.
And you got to have all that wiring. You know, $6,000 to $7,000 is not going to stop a place like Bradley Central. But then you got to have somebody else to run it. What am I going to pay you? $50 a game to run it?
Yeah.
Unless you get a volunteer, and you know what there's no saying in life, you get what you pay for, right?
Yeah.
And then what about the guy that you've trained to do it, that you're paying $50 a night? He's got bronchitis. He's got the flu. Oh, you can't just turn around and say, Gwen Shroyer, come down here and run the clock.
Yeah.
Because he's like, wait a minute, how'd I do this? And then the rule book says, if I get a rebound and that clock doesn't start when it's supposed to, they stop the game.
Yeah. Oh,
Now
I've seen
imagine
that.
you got a rebound, you're down one, and you got a fast break, and the clock didn't get started, and they blow the whistle, and you had an open layup, and they stop the game.
I've
You got to
seen
take
that.
it out of bounds.
I've seen that happen. Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, I think it's inevitable that it is going to come to Tennessee.
Yeah, I think
don't
so,
think there's any question about that. It may not happen for another year or so, but and our guy in the front office, he's on the board, legislative board, isn't he? It sort of sets the rules, so he might have a vote in that one way or the other too.
It's going to happen, but I don't really care if it happens during my career. I don't know if it's going to happen I heard last year they brought it up and they tabled it, and somebody said, when are you going to bring it up again? And TSSAA said, check back in 4 years. I don't know if that was a pun or leave me alone about it. I don't know. I heard, that's what was said, 4 years. So this is year 1 of 4. I think, I'm going to say the over-under is about, shot clock in Tennessee, about 3 years, I'd say.
Well, I know, speaking of TSSAA, this is down the road as well, but next year we'll be back in District 5 with Cleveland, Cleveland, Walker Valley, Ray, Ooltewah. No, Ray's not going to be in. Ray McMinn's going to go to Knoxville. We're bringing East Hamilton, Ooltewah.
Our district right now, and we would add Cleveland, and we would add Walker Valley, and I heard we were going to add Ray. Now, you may know something I don't know. That would give us 17 districts. We got 4, we'd add 3. McMinn is the Lone Ranger going to Knoxville.
Well, Ray County was supposed to go that way too.
Well, maybe.
So, unless they appealed and got out of that. I don't know, but it's going to be a different look. It's back to our old district, I guess we'd say. Plus we'll bring in Howard and East Hamilton and Ooltewah. So it'll be a different look there. But we've got coming up Tuesday at Walker Valley. Weather could push it back to Wednesday. Who knows? We'll
probably not.
I'll wait it out. But but hopefully then it'll be gone if it even comes. Then the girls are going to go to Orlando down to play a couple of games there on Friday and Saturday and back here. And then you have East Ham the following Friday at East Ham on the 24th. So there's a look ahead a couple of weeks there to see what's going on. And
I know a lot of people, I've got a few followers, and obviously we got parents, but I got people wanting to know where we're staying, what time we play, and we got some people thinking about coming down from Bradley County. I'd be shocked if we don't have, I'm not talking about somebody who's got a kid out there. I think you'll look around and see another 20 people or so from Bradley Central fans, but I don't know. I haven't talked to Gwen. I'm sure, I know he streamed the Miami games. If he can, anyway, he can stream the Orlando games, I'm sure he will. I don't know yet, Gwen. We'll talk when we get off the air here, but pay attention to our Facebook post. Amy Tinsley helps me run that, and maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe now they can identify who's on there, but we're looking forward. Well, I want to get down there and look, we don't know the outcome. When you play high-stakes games, this is not high stakes. When you're playing the #1 team in the nation, obviously you can lose the ball game. We're going down to win. If we get beat, maybe we'll be better for it. I don't want to get beat, but this is an opportunity that, how many teams you know that travel to play the #1 team in the nation?
0.
And then you play another team that, I was explaining to the girls yesterday, the second team we play is a prep school. They're ranked the #2 prep school in the nation. They don't really put the prep schools in the ranking, like we're ranked #5 in max preps. The prep school that, I'm getting ready to find out today, a prep school is after high school. So I'm assuming we're playing a bunch of 19-year-old girls.
Well,
So they are ranked #2 prep school in the nation. What does that mean? We're going to find out. I've got one film on them right now, so I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
it's going to be good competition no matter.
Yeah.
So, well, we wish you girls the best of luck and all that. And speaking of losses, you know, our last loss was down at the She Got Game Classic against Heritage, Georgia last year.
You remind me of that about once a week.
36 wins in a row since then, folks. 36 in a row. 41 straight wins at home. I mean, goodness. What more can you ask for?
Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood. I'm not going to jinx you. I don't believe in jinxes, unlike this guy who believes in
No. I'm just
superstition.
routine oriented. Tell
Just
them, right?
routine oriented,
We're
yeah.
just routine, aren't we?
That's why we make sure you got that bottle of water sitting right
I
there.
got the
for
same
me.
girl breaks every huddle down right here. That's her job.
Well,
And it's not superstitious. It's just,
routine.
if I don't stand in the right place, when we break it down, Aaliyah's going to tell me where to stand. So we're not superstitious.
No, that's why
just
we line up
routine-oriented.
we line up exactly the same way every time for the national anthem, you know. And I know these things. I've seen that, and that bottle of water's gonna be right there on the corner about where I sit, you know, on the radio broadcast. And we make sure it's there too. We had to go get you one the other night because you didn't have it, but
Routine. Anything you do in life, you need a routine.
it is. That's right. Yeah, we're proud to have routines. And one of those routines is watching Barretts win basketball games.
Well, I hope we don't take that for granted. I think what we're doing right now, I'm not very good at self-promoting, but I'm going to brag on these girls. I've had some people say, you know, well, I could coach that team to 30 wins. You know, they're usually joking, but there's some seriousness in that. Look, this didn't happen. You know, we don't put a team out there by accident. This is talented young ladies working together, sacrificing, well, many of them are sacrificing individual stats for what's best for the team. But, you know, in the end, it ain't going to matter. I tell them all the time, I don't have any college coaches calling me saying, Coach Reuter, how many points does Love Howard average? How many points does Tatiana? They don't ask me that. If you're playing on a really good team, the points are going to be spread out. They want to know, are they coachable? Will they go hard? What kind of student are they? Are they motivated? Can I count on them? And if you got the talent, the rest of that's going to take care of itself. So.
Yep. It sure
Blessed to
will.
have a really good bunch here right now, and I'm going to enjoy every day I have left with these 8 seniors. 8 seniors.
I had a chance last night to talk to someone that not talked to before, Logan Stennett, the
Yeah.
strength coach.
Yeah.
He's been with the Bears now for a couple of years, and he's doing other sports besides the Bears, but that's another part that people don't even know about. But he's an important part. He's part of the success of the Bears as well.
Yes, he came on with us last season after we'd actually started, and he's not a faculty member here. We'd like to possibly get him on here as a strength coach. I don't know if that's something in the plans it's going to work or not, but anyhow, he's very intelligent, and he has a lot of knowledge, and he has degrees, and
Yeah.
you know, I can take a bunch of girls and work them out, but it's good to have another trained individual that, like, we're not lifting just to see how hard we can make you sweat. We're trying to hit certain part. We're trying to protect those knees. And you know, who knows? If she hurt a torn meniscus, if she hadn't done some of this training, she could have torn an ACL. We'll never know. But anyhow, there's casualties, and we just hope we keep them to a minimal.
Well, let's get you back healthy as soon as you can, okay? And we depend on you and Aaliyah. Obviously, you got to hang in there. Don't get hurt or anything, guys. Have a great time in Orlando. Let's take care of business next Tuesday first, and have a great time in Orlando with the 2 games down there. And then we'll see you when you return, and we'll do this again. Till next time, this is Gary Omby saying so long for now. God bless, and go Barretts.